Do you know what is an array? So let's find out. An array in C is a collection of data items of similar data types. The size of an array, also called the length of the array, must be specified in the declaration itself. Next, why do we use arrays in C? Arrays are used to store and manipulate the similar type of data. Example, suppose we want to store the marks of 10 students and find the average. We declare 10 different variables to store 10 different values as follows. So instead of doing like this, let's see how an array works using a small example. Here is the C program to find the number of identical twins in an array. Now let's start with header file #include studio.h. Enter the function void main and open the brackets. Initialize the variables using the data type int. Start with a variable count set to 0. This will keep track of total pairs. Initialize int and an array a and a variable n to read the size. Now write a printf statement to read the size. And now scan the size in variable n. Enter the array elements using for loop. And scan the array elements into A. Now printing the total number of identical twins. Iterate over the array by making use of two nested loops. Outer loop iterates through each element with index I. Inner loop iterates from index I plus 1 to the end of the array with index j. Ensure that I less than j. Now compare the elements using if condition. Ai equal to aj. If the condition is satisfied, increment the counter variable. After iterating through all possible pairs, count will hold the total number of identical twins. Now print the number of identical twins stored in count using a printf statement. Keep /n's where required. Now let's run the program. Enter the size, enter the array elements. Identical twins are 2. Enter size. Array elements. Identical twins are 4.
This C program is to delete a specific line from a file. So let's go through the program step by step to understand how it works. The goal is to delete a specific line from a file. This involves reading the file line by line and skipping the line that needs to be deleted, then writing the remaining lines to a temporary file and replacing the original file with the temporary file. Here we are using two header files. One is hash include stdio.h and another one is hash include stdlib.h. Here, hash include stdio.h provides file handling functions like fopen, fclose, fgets, etc. And stdlib.h provides functions like remove, rename for file operations. Now, defining the delete line function. Here we are using file name, the name of the file from which the line will be deleted, and line to delete is for the line number to delete. Here the local variables are file, it is a pointer to the original file, temp file, a pointer to the temporary file, buffer, a character array to hold each line while reading, and current line tracks the current line number being processed. Now opening the original file, this file is open in read mode or if the file doesn't exist or cannot be opened, the program prints an error message and exits the function. Now opening the temporary file. A temporary file temp.txt is created in write mode W. If the temporary file cannot be opened, an error message is printed and the program closes the original file before exiting. Now reading lines from the original file. Here we can see the logical part. We are using the while loop here and then incremented the current line. Here the condition is if the current line is not the line to delete, it writes the line to the temporary file using fputs. If it is the line to delete, it skips writing it to the temporary file. Current line is incremented after processing each line. Now closing the files. Both the original file and the temporary file are closed after processing all lines. And now replacing the original file. Here we are using if statement and remove file name. It deletes the original file and rename temp.txt file name. It renames the temporary file to the original file name. Now we have to print the message. Here I'm prints a success message indicating the line was deleted. And now we have to write the main function. Here I am taking variable file name, the name of the file to modify, and another variable line to delete, the line number to be removed. And here I am showing one sample output. And I have entered the file name as programming, and here I am entering the line number to be deleted. I entered line number 3 and it printed an error message. It printed cannot open the file programming. So the program is successfully executed.